knew that too. It's just that I've gone so long without learning how chocolate's made, I completely forgot about it. All I remember is just the image of chocolate coming out of the machine.
A series of sieves
I bet that smells great.
stones,
like coffee
and other
grinds.
debris.
I bet it smells great there.
Next stop is a micronizer, a revolving drum that heats the cocoa beans to loosen their shells.
Cocoa beans have shells? I feel like I'm so stupid. Those look delicious. They remind me of cashews.
Then they enter a shell-removing machine called a winnower. Inside, successive rakes drag the beans across screens, pulling off large pieces of shell. Then, a vacuum sucks away the remaining smaller pieces. Removing the shell exposes the inside of the cocoa bean, which is called the nib. The factory will roast the nibs to develop their flavor.
Do people eat cocoa beans solo, like just by themselves? And for that matter, do people eat, of course they don't eat coffee beans. That was a stupid question. I don't know what's wrong with me, but can you eat cocoa beans raw? I'm sorry, no more pausing.
50+% of the nib is fat, which is cocoa butter. To make chocolate, they'll combine processed nibs, cocoa butter, and sugar, along with milk powder if they're making milk chocolate. First, the factory processes the nibs by grinding them. The heat and friction activate the cocoa butter, producing...
That is the image that I remember from chocolate. Like, I know it sounds so stupid, but when people say chocolate, if you just said, how is chocolate made? I'd be like, it comes out of the little thing, and then they put it to, like, the little kisses or chocolate bars. I'm sorry, I'm just so stupid.
Friction activate the cocoa butter, producing pure liquid chocolate called chocolate liquor.
I would be fat if I worked here.
The factory extracts some of the cocoa butter to sell it separately as chocolate-making ingredient, and to use for in-house chocolate production, along with other ingredients in various proportions.
Hershey's chocolate.
The dark chocolate recipe, for example, calls for more chocolate liquor, sugar, and cocoa butter, but no milk powder. The recipe for unsweetened chocolate contains no sugar. The mixer blends the ingredients to the consistency of a very thick cake batter. The flavor is fine by this point, but the coarse...
I'm sorry, that looks disgusting. I keep forgetting that the stuff we eat and take for granted comes from a factory or a making plant where thousands of people and machines touch it. I keep forgetting that. Like, oh, this is where chocolate comes from. Like, look at all that goo, and then it was mixed in a machine, and then they added stuff to it, and it was a tumble machine to break away the shell and all that. I forget all of this, but then I stop and realize what happens. I mean, for God's sake, we eat eggs in the morning. Okay, that came from a chicken. And then you have turkey on Thanksgiving. Heads were severed up. I'm sorry. It's a really big wake-up call to realize where your food comes from. It's not a magic product that just appears on the shelf. A lot of work goes into it.
First texture needs to be smoothed out. So the chocolate moves to a refining machine, passing between a set of 5 rollers that reduce the particle size. So much so that within just minutes, the chocolate leaves the refiner as a fine, dry powder.
Yeah, I'm about to say that looks like sand.
But now, it needs to be reliquefied. So the next stop is a machine called a conch. The friction and heat once again activate the cocoa butter, returning the powder to a liquid state.
Now that looks good.
At this point, they add more cocoa butter, enough to reduce the viscosity to the exact thickness they need. Just a bit, for example, if they're making chocolate chips, or much more if they're making a thin chocolate coating.
I love chocolate chips!
For chocolate chips,
ooh, that looks
the conch feeds a machine called a drop depositor. As the name implies, it deposits drops of chocolate onto a conveyor belt.
All right, here's one thing I want to say. How much do these machines cost? I'm sorry for pausing, but the part about making the chocolate's interesting, but what I'm more interested in are the machinery. The machinery they use to make this. Like, who makes the machinery? How much does each piece of machinery cost? Like, something like this has to be specialized. How many people are going to be making chocolate chips? Surely a machine that makes chocolate chips like this would cost $1 million or something like that. Like, how much would that actually cost?
Trays
Sorry,
are
I don't know what I'm talking
interchangeable,
about.
so the machine can be set up to produce various sizes of chips, discs, or other shapes.
Oh, that looks delicious. I'd be at the bottom, just having them all fall in my mouth. Then I'll get fat and sick and throw up.
The chocolate chips, still warm and soft, enter a cooling tunnel. Traveling for about 5 minutes through several temperature zones, which vary between 30 and 50 degrees Fahrenheit. By the time the chips exit the tunnel, they're hard.
That's a lot of chocolate! That is a lot of chocolate. Holy crap! That's another thing I never think about.
A conveyor belt then takes
They're
them
all
through
just
a metal
bunched
detector,
together in a generic
a standard food safety
conveyor
precaution.
belt. And then they have to be packaged. What is
The
that?
factory also produces 10-pound bulk format chocolate bars.
Talk about
A
diabetes!
depositor fills bar-shaped plastic molds.
Oh, that looks like shit! That looks like somebody's taking a shit! Holy
The
crap!
conveyor transfers them to an elevator system, which moves through a cold room for about 2 hours. This constant motion ensures optimal air circulation.
Please show me the
helping
bar.
the cooling process.
You're not gonna show it? Oh no, come on! I wanna, I'm getting hungry! Holy crap, look at the chocolate cake in the corner. Look at the M&Ms. Oh my God, what in the hell is that on the left-hand corner? What is that? What is that? It's like a dick removing tool? What the hell? Anyway, guys, that's how chocolate's made. I'm sorry for talking so much, but that was really interesting. Okay, I wanted to hear the part about where the beans come from again. Hold up.
Most of the cocoa beans are
It's everything you wished for. Your site traffic is skyrocketing. Until this.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about ice cream, specifically ice cream sandwiches. I have a confession to make. I don't like ice cream. I know, right? It's criminal. I should clarify that I don't like most ice cream. I like ice cream sandwiches, and I like the cones where it has the chocolate on top. You know what I'm talking about? And then after I eat the chocolate off the top, then it's not so good. But I don't really like ice cream all that much. But today, I thought it'd be interesting to find out, what are ice cream sandwiches made out of? Or rather, how are they made? Because if you don't know, there's a video on the internet of ice cream sandwiches not melting.
All right, it's been exactly 1 hour, and you're just starting to see meltage going on in the plate there.
How can you call it an ice cream sandwich when that shit is made of plastic and chicken bones? Regardless, I want to find out what my only type of ice cream I like is made out of. So without further ado, we're checking out how it's made, ice cream sandwiches. If I say sandwich or ice cream one more time, I'm gonna kill myself. Let's go! Now, you already know they're not gonna show us the actual way to make ice cream, right? They're not gonna show the grinded up babies or anything, nah.
To make
I'll
ice cream
stop.
treats, you first have to make the ice cream.
Ice cream.
It all begins with fresh cream. The factory stores it in refrigerated silos set just a few degrees above freezing. The silos feed a high-speed mixer that blends the cream with other ingredients.
Seems normal so far. Seems
The main dry
That doesn't look like cream, it looks like paint. I hate when I do this to myself. Your boy checked out how it's made for hot dogs, ruined hot dogs for me for about a week, and then I went back to eating them. They're damn delicious. I don't know what to tell you. I hate knowing where my food comes from.
ingredients are powdered skim milk and plant-based stabilizers and emulsifiers.
What is a emulsifier? Emulsifier does not sound delectable or delicious.
Stabilizers prevent the ice cream from crystallizing,
Oh.
and emulsifiers allow the mix to bond with air during the whipping process.
Why am I doing this to myself? Now, sugar is my shit. It's like drugs for
The
me.
other ingredients are sugar and corn syrup.
Clearly.
After about 3 minutes of mixing, a pumping system moves the mixture into pasteurization tanks and heats it to 162 degrees for half an hour, killing any bacteria and activating the stabilizers.
Good to know. Now show us the plastic.
Homogenizes the mixture, a process that breaks up the fat globules, giving the ice cream a smooth texture.
You could break up fat in that machine? Oh, I need to hop in there.
The mixture is cooled, and concentrated vanilla flavoring is added. Then the concoction is chilled and whipped for about 15 seconds. Whipping blends the mix with air, transforming it from liquid to a soft solid without air. The finished product would come out looking like frozen milk rather than ice cream if it wasn't whipped. The ice cream sandwich wafers are made of chocolate cake ingredients. A filling machine feeds 2 lines of wafers toward an injection pipe.
I'm not gonna lie, the wafers are my favorite part. I don't really care for the ice cream inside. Again, I know you guys are gonna say I'm crazy, but your boy could polish off that entire line of wafers by myself without the need of ice cream. It's weird though, I never really thought about where ice cream came from or what it was made out of. To me, it just always seemed like ice cream was just ice cream and it, I don't know, was pooped out of the heavens or something. But obviously ice cream had to be made, you know, it just couldn't appear out of nowhere. So I guess it's good to know where it comes from, right? Probably not.
Feeds 2 lines of wafers toward an injection pipe.
Injection pipe. I don't know why that sounds wrong.
Just as 2 wafers come together, the machine injects 1/3 of a cup of vanilla ice cream in between the pipe's head, fits the ice cream into a rectangular slab that fits perfectly between the wafers.
I mean, it does look pretty
All this
good.
happens at a rate of 140 ice cream sandwiches per minute.
That's the rate I ate them at. I could keep up with that machine. That's a lot of ice
As
cream.
the sandwiches move on to packaging, the filling is still ice cold from the freezing phase, so
As if
there's
it
no
matters.
threat of meltdown.
It wouldn't melt anyway, right?
The packaging system raises each sandwich into a wrapper.
See, that's what I mean. Just look at that machine. It looks kind of dirty and rusty and old. This machine looks filthy. Couldn't somebody come along and just wipe it down? I don't want to be eating an ice cream sandwich and then bite into some rust and rat tails or something. I mean, who knows what's crawled all over that? It looks like there's rat feces down there anyway. I don't like knowing where my food comes from because that does not look appetizing.
Raises each sandwich into a wrapper.
Looks
then
disgusting.
folds and tucks the ends.
But I'm sure it's fine. I'm just joking. I'm sure it's completely
The
sanitary.
next machine counts the sandwiches and inserts them into boxes. Once sealed, the boxes go directly into a storage freezer at -22 degrees. On another line, ice cream cone production is underway.
Ice cream cone.
Pre-wraps sugar cones in a holder on a conveyor belt.
If these are the ones with the chocolate on top, I like those as well.
Sprayers coat the insides with a chocolatey layer, which adds flavor and creates a barrier between the cones and ice cream, so the cone remains crispy until you eat it.
I'm sorry. That machine looks like it's diarrheaing inside. I'm sorry, I'm immature. It just looks like it's taking a shit
Cones and ice
inside
cream,
of those cones.
so the cone remains crispy until you eat it.
I'll grow up someday, don't worry.
Next, nozzles squirt in the ice cream filling. 1 production line, 2 flavors. 1 row gets vanilla ice cream, the other chocolate.
Now that looks good. Oh yeah.
Now
Do they have
for
the
a
little
tasty
chocolate
surprise
chips
in the cone's
or the
core,
nuts in it?
An injection of liquid caramel.
Yeah, get
This
a nice
factory also
close-up,
makes
baby.
chocolate and strawberry sauce inside.
That looks delicious. Yo, your boy is hungry.
Next, a chocolate-flavored liquid topping.
I haven't
Then
had
the
ice
crunchy
cream
finishing touch, a layer of chocolate
in 3 months.
puffed rice.
Probably more. Oh, that looks delicious. I gotta get ice cream after this.
Finally, the cones move under a lid dispenser that applies a wax-coated paper lid to each one. A heating element instantly melts the wax, sealing the lids to the cone's paper sleeve.
Well, I mean, it's good to know, I guess.
From here, the ice cream cones go into boxes, then straight into the freezer, ready to take a licking.
Oh, please. Ready to take a licking? Come on, you have to add that in. Well, this episode took a sexual turn for the worst. It's ready to take a licking. Oh, you don't say, narrator. I can see you're totally aroused. Leave a comment down below. Do you ever think about where your food comes from? I mean, obviously, meat products come from animals and, you know, planty products come from the ground. Obviously, but then when you think of food like
Before we were using Monday.com, our team was drowning in work. Our days used to split between work and managing work.
All right, now I don't know about about you guys, but there's one item that is essential to take with you to school. Calculator? Nah, get that shit out of here. Paper, pencils. There's one item that we all need at school, and that's known as gum. But you gotta be stealthy with that shit. You gotta open it up below the desk, otherwise other kids might see you. And right about now, my breath's a little bit spicy, man. I could use some gum. You got gum? Well, thanks a lot, man. Oh shit, can I keep the whole pack? Now, the one thing that I always wondered is, what is gum made of? And today, after I put this in, that's bad. My breath doesn't smell like dog shit. We're gonna find out what gum's made of. Not for real though, thanks for the whole pack. So here we have a video on how gum is made, and based on the still image, I can already tell you, I am going to deeply regret watching this. Now I know that like a billion years ago, they used to make gum out of tree sap. Don't know if they still do that. It's probably gonna be something like pig intestines mixed with some chemicals and some color, and then I'm gonna regret ever chewing gum. Let's go. I'm joking, the music sucks. Look at that. That's disgusting.
It all starts with the gum base, the stuff that makes gum chewy.
What is that? Rabbit pellets? Is that some animal shit? I'm sorry, but I am never gonna chew gum after this.
Traditionally, the base came from tree resin. Today, it's synthetic, made of plastics and rubbers.
Did I hear that right? Boys, they made gum out of plastic and rubber? No wonder they always told you never to swallow gum.
Plastics and rubbers. They
I'm
pour the
chewing
gum
rubber?
base into a mixer. Then add color and flavoring.
Right, then add blood and Satan power and bring the devil down and curse it with chewability and long-lasting flavor. That's gross. It's so hard to think about your food comes from a factory.
Mixing, they pour in glucose syrup, a sweetener. Because it's liquid, it helps keep the gum base soft.
That's disgusting. Bet it tastes good though. Sorry.
Next, they add dextrose, a powdered sweetener. They blend the ingredients for about 20 minutes.
Bro, listen, look at that pink pasty shit. It's like shit, diarrhea that's pink. Like, that shit's mixed up in a factory, put into a neat little package with the commercial, how it feels to chew 5 gum, pop, headshot. It's just like, I'm joking, that's a meme, but still, it's just so weird to think this came from a factory where somebody could have pissed in that
Stirring
mixture.
action builds up heat, which melts everything
I'm sure they
together.
don't, but that looks like disemboweled intestines. Not that I've seen that, I'm just saying. That looks like disemboweled intestines. Not that I've seen that, I'm just saying. Or maybe a really fat person. Probably that too. That didn't look that bad. I would bite into that and chew it. Yeah, I would chew that. It's a lot of gum. You might die and choke on it, but I'd chew that. All right, I got it. They mix it.
The mixture's ready when it reaches the consistency of bread dough. They transfer it by cart to a machine called the pre-extruder. The machine squeezes the mixture through a narrow opening, like squeezing toothpaste from the tube. This transforms the big, bulky wad into thin, manageable strips that can then go through the extruders.
I don't know why, but now this is making me think bubble gum is nothing but pink toothpaste. That's just... I'm one of those people where if I know where something comes from, I'm like, oh, so that's what that is. I can never touch that again.
The extruders squeeze each strip down to the actual width of a piece of bubble gum. It comes out as one long, continuous stream to be cut into bite-sized pieces later on. This extrusion process heats up the gum. If they were to cut and wrap it now, it would stick to the wrapper. So the next stop is a cooling chamber. The gum goes in for 15 minutes at temperatures between 37 and 45 degrees Fahrenheit.
Again, I know they have these special certified factories, where they have to maintain a particle count and all that, but my man, listen, when I see this stuff on these conveyor belts and all this open air space, I just think about what if there was a rat, just running loose, shitting on stuff,
And 45 degrees Fahrenheit.
But I'm sure it's sterile. I would hope so, at least. If not, don't tell me.
When the bubble gum comes out, it's cooled down enough for what they call the cut and wrap.
Oh,
One
that
machine
gum.
does both jobs in a fraction of a second.
That gum sucks. No wonder the factory
Watch
looks like
the
dog
action in
shit.
slow motion. As the continuous stream of gum enters on one end, the machine cuts it into bite-sized pieces, pushes each piece into a wax paper wrapper, then twists both ends of the wrapper closed.
That's pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie. All right, so a really short video. I know I didn't have very much time to record a long video, but overall, am I gonna stop chewing gum? Probably not. That gum sucks though. It has zero flavor, zero everything. It's just shit. But now this gum's good. I'll chew this. Don't show me a video where this comes from because I'll probably not chew it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Tell me if you would still chew gum after seeing this or not, and if there's something I've eaten before, you know, like hot dogs, and the factory looks bad with that, comment down below.
Wish this laundry would just fold itself. Oh!
Wrong key.
Who are you?
I'm your fairy godmother.
Oh,
Be humble, sit down. Be humble, sit down.
Alright, so perhaps one of the most common issues that people face is having a problem with their vision. Now listen, maybe you have 20/20 vision, that's great. Don't be fooled. At some point in your life, you're gonna need to break out the spectacles. Even your boy Beastie suffers from this issue. I have to wear glasses when I'm driving, otherwise sorry, wrong ones. Yes, unfortunately, even your boy Beastie, he has to wear glasses, and yeah, I don't look so good with glasses on. I only wear these when I drive, and to be honest, I don't really even do that. So someday the sorry, suffers from this issue. I have to wear glasses when I'm driving, otherwise sorry, wrong ones. Yes, unfortunately, even your boy Beastie, he has to wear glasses, and yeah, I don't look so good with glasses on. I only wear these when I drive, and to be honest, I don't really even do that. So someday those are gonna kill me. Regardless, there is an option called the contact lens that a lot of people, including me, like to go to so we don't look as nerdy. Not that glasses are bad, but you know, I look terrible in glasses. And I've always wondered, how do they make contact lenses? Because they're very squishy and fragile and small, and they're sort of fleshy. That sounds weird to say, but how do they make those, and how do they correct your vision? That's why we're checking out how it's made, the contact lens. How it's made, the contact lens. Let's hope it's not too technical because I don't have a very big brain. As a matter of fact, I don't have one at all.
When most people take off their glasses, everything becomes fuzzy, except when they're wearing these contact lenses, which help you see.
My man, you did not put those in.
Being
Stop.
aware that you've even got them on.
He didn't put that in. Rocking the turtleneck
lenses
too.
Have been in existence for over a century. At first completely rigid, they have now become gas permeable and as flexible as gelatin. These small polyhema discs
Over
are
a
used to make
century?
soft polymer contact lenses in a variety of colors. We see here a patient's prescription, essential to the fabrication of lenses. The process
I'm glad you
begins
can get
with
this in
data
high quality.
processing control
Thank
of the
you.
shaping. Data is
Re-uploader.
supplied by computer, which controls a digital lathe. They begin by shaping the inner curvature of the lens. This digital lathe, rotating at 6,000 revolutions per minute, is equipped with an industrial diamond. It shapes the inner surface, the part that touches the cornea. It must be free from any abrasion and imperfection. And is polished
Is that how they actually do it? Oh, hold on.
with the superfine abrasive paste. Polishing is a crucial step because it
Oh, so
ensures
that's a paste. I actually assumed, and maybe I'm just ignorant, but I assumed it was molded. I imagine that they had like a mold, as if you're molding, let's say, a glove, you know, a rubber glove. I imagine a contact lens was like that. They start out with, let's say, some type of plastic material, and then they inject it into a mold, and that makes the contact lens. I had no idea each one was carved out. Maybe it's not. Hold on.
comfort and perfect vision. A technician measures lens thickness with an extremely precise
There's
gauge.
no way every single one is molded
They
like
now
that.
shape the outer surface, the part which touches the eyelid. The lens is glued with a special warm wax, and when the lens is completed, the wax will be removed by an ultrasound device.
Wait,
The
what?
wax takes on the desired shape in just seconds.
I am completely lost right now. They used the lathe machine, or whatever it's called, to carve out the shape of the contact lens. They dipped it into some wax, and then now they've ran it through this machine. I am so lost right now. I know, shut up.
The comfort of a lens is also determined by its thickness. It must be as thin as possible while retaining sufficient solidity. They begin by shaping the outer diameter of the lens, which takes only a few seconds.
That's the wax, right?